The couple of times I've gone out to appreciate an unnecessary assistance since cover setup started in Chicago, I've seen it as a seriously coerce-ridden, empty understanding. Purchasing an espresso, getting a sandwich, looking for garments at Target when I didn't generally need to, I figured these activities would feel ameliorating and ordinary. Rather, they have felt like an unreasonable mimicry of my previous lifestyle, a round of Imagine played to the detriment of laborers with significantly less force and security than me. 7 days prior, I went to a stroll-up window and purchased an Air Pocket Tee. The shop had been open all month, since the time Illinois entered the speculative Stage 2 of its reviving arrangement. I mentioned to myself what I was doing was protected. I contemplated it was beneficial for me to help a private venture. I trusted it would feel recognizable and consoling to make a senseless, little buy, and thought I had the right to plunge a provisional toe once more into the pool of regularity. The Air Pocket Bistro was covered, all its standard tables and seats accumulated in the back. The entryway was bolted, and one window was open a small amount of an inch. A solitary worker was behind the counter, making drinks. You should motion toward him. You were prepared to arrange by waving at the webcam that had been set up at the window. At the point when I made my request, the Air Pocket shop worker remained as distant from the cut in the window as could be expected under the circumstances. A veil secured his face, blue latex gloves secured his hands. We attempted to comprehend each other through the layers of texture and glass that isolated us. At the point when I pushed my cash through the window, he made a stride back with his arm broadened fumblingly, keeping up however much separation as could reasonably be expected. At the point when he gave me my beverage a couple of moments later, there was a desperation to his signals. By leaving the beverage, he quietly beseeched me to remove it and get from him as fast as could reasonably be expected. Taking my beverage from this obviously awkward youngster, I felt like a beast. It appeared to be completely unreasonable to subject another person to this uneasiness and frenzy. I had envisioned purchasing a beverage would be a decent break, a pleasant redirection on one of Chicago's first appropriately radiant days. Rather, it felt absolutely irreverent and chilling. Strolling home with it in my grasp, I felt embarrassingly distant from the world, narrow-minded to the point of being wretched. The world had been in a general sense changed, and my buy was a barefaced endeavor at denying that reality. I had attempted to carry on like life was coming back to typical, however there was nothing ordinary about the exchange. There will be not any more ordinary exchanges, no neglectful experiences, no virtuous buys. I'm dealing with that. I can't comprehend why others won't. In many of us there prowls the risky, narrow-minded want to imagine that things are fine. I remember it for the tenacious self-fancy that it is, yet I despite everything capitulate to it. I attempt to ward it off for some time, cooking my suppers at home and preparing stale espresso. Yet, following half a month, the repetitiveness wears ragged, and the despondency weaving machines. At that point I go after trivial articles and paltry administrations, accepting that on the off chance that I go through cash with the desert I once did, I will feel free. I've done the habitual Amazon settling such a large number of others have. I purchased a yoga tangle to relax on, candles to dismell my loft, a shading moving LED light I use to peruse while in the bath. I've strolled to a bistro and requested a latte utilizing an iPad the proprietor had screwed to a block divider outside the entryway. I've gotten takeout from eateries where I used to eat. I can stick to the images of my previous lifestyle, yet it's rarely returning. The sooner I acknowledge it, the less mischief I will do. I attempt to legitimize these decisions to myself. However, I can't resist the urge to perceive every single one of these buys is nevertheless a futile, lapidary little bloom developing toward the finish of a long ring of human torment. For each senseless, inconsequential article one purchased, there are many people who had to come into work, made to drudge in veils and gloves, so I can envision society is flawless and all is well. It's never going to be fine. I can stick to the images of my previous lifestyle, however it's rarely returning. The sooner I acknowledge it, the less mischief I will do. I haven't had the option to quit considering the worker at the Air Pocket Coffee House. His distress was so tangible. I can't understand that all through the nation, there are thousands, perhaps a large number of Americans experiencing such awkward, unnatural exchanges every day, and doing so merrily, considering it to be a statement of their freedom. It appears to be difficult to me that somebody could do what I did, again and again, and feel zero regret. Chicago will probably stay in some type of lockdown for a long time to come. Current projections hold that our bend won't top until mid-June, and we'll be battling to keep COVID-19 under control for quite a while after that. My home province of Ohio, be that as it may, is ready to open up. Indoor eating will be permitted starting this week. On Friday, hair salons, exercise centers, and tattoo parlors will open back up. Toward the month's end, kids can start going to childcare. Like such a large number of other red and purple states, Ohio appears to be substance to carry on just as the coronavirus never occurred. It doesn't make a difference that the epidemiological information doesn't bolster reviving. Individuals have gotten exhausted with isolate. Without organizations to regular and items to store up, numerous Americans are left without a methods for communicating their personality, or of interfacing with the outside world. They can't endure that. Its existential void is excessively significant. Thus they will return to the shopping centers and the cinemas, imagining life is as it once might have been. I am panicked for everybody I know and love who lives in Ohio, and will be exposed to the spike in cases this examination will without a doubt cause. I am astonished to think about a great many Ohioans who are going to rush back to plunk down eating foundations, and return to getting hairstyles and tattoos, exposing themselves as well as other people to monstrous hazard for the sake of feeling, quickly, just as all is well. Ordinary life is dead. It needed to pass on with the goal that a huge number of individuals may live. Everywhere throughout the nation, individuals have been waging war and fighting for the option to be so wild. I wonder if any of those nonconformists had a go at practicing their privileges and ended up feeling empty the manner in which I did. Does going to TGI Fridays feel the equivalent to them as it used to? Is it accurate to say that they are open to getting their toenails polished and cleaned by an unnerved specialist who is just there under massive money-related pressure? When they extricate these administrations from individuals, do they tip 20%? Is it accurate to say that they are totally inured to what they are doing? I don't perceive how it's conceivable to burden and threaten administration laborers over and over like this, without feeling a sliver of disappointment. However, I realize that is going on the whole way across the United States, on many times each day. I comprehend the craving to go out and do these things. I fantasize about veering up to the bar and requesting a hard juice, as well. In any case, I think that it's difficult to comprehend any individual who has really finished that craving, and discovered it remotely fulfilling. Sitting at an eatery table covered in shower draperies isn't an arrival to ordinary life. Getting a back rub from a glove-shrouded hand won't recuperate the torment of detachment. There is no pre-COVID world hiding out there that we can come back to. Ordinary life is dead. It needed to bite the dust with the goal that a great many individuals may live. Denying that reality just prompts debased, contorted endeavors at remembering old encounters, ordinarily to the detriment of many powerless individuals. Rather than attempting to come back to my old lifestyle, I am deciding to acknowledge my previous lifestyle is no more. I'm appreciative I even get the chance to make such an acknowledgement. Numerous individuals haven't been so fortunate. They've either passed on, or been compelled to work in dangerous conditions to help prop up someone else's dream of normality. The extravagances I've lost are good for nothing, and each endeavor at winning them back has felt undeniably more terrible than just getting rid of them. I don't have to return to the bars. I don't merit another tattoo. I can live without shows and tanning salons. Keeping others alive feels far superior to whatever delight these redirections could give me. Our lives have changed, and will stay changed until the end of time. We are greatly improved off when we acknowledge that reality. We can't deal with the coronavirus, we can't turn around it in a way that permits us to imagine it's not there. Everything we can do is quit getting a handle on for our old methods of presence, realizing that in this manner, we are assisting with keeping others alive. That acknowledgement is worth very much more than any hairstyle at any point was.